on BBC Radio Northampton. So, big story today nationally. Net migration, that's the number of people arriving in the UK compared to those leaving, reached 318,000, the highest figure for a calendar year since 1970. Our political correspondent Paul Rowley's got the details.
5 years ago, David Cameron pledged to get net migration down to less than 100,000 a year. He accepts he's again missed the target, but says he won't give up.
Of course, it's disappointing that we haven't made more progress, but I take these figures as a clear instruction to deliver, and to deliver faster.
The Prime Minister is promising new laws to tackle illegal immigration as part of the government's programme for the coming year. But his critics say it won't be enough.
Big speech today then took place at the Home Office. David Cameron spoke for a long time all about this, announced lots of different things, said how he's going to tackle it all. One of those things that he mentioned today, no businesses or recruitment agencies will be permitted to recruit from abroad without advertising in the UK first. Paul Kuznecovs runs a recruitment agency here in Northampton. Good evening, Paul.
Hello.
Hello, what are your thoughts on what's been said today then?
Well, so first of all, there is a difference for where are the employers looking for people, whether it's outside of EU or inside of the EU. Currently, if you apply for work permits, you have to advertise in the UK anyway. And but for those who are inside the EU, I would say, well, what is the reason why people go and try to employ people inside of the EU in other countries? Well, surely they've advertised in the UK, and the reason why they're going, maybe they can't find the suitable people here in the UK in the first place.
Are you worried that speeches and announcements like what happened today are going to kind of stigmatise businesses like yours? As you mentioned there, you're doing everything in your power to make sure it's all okay. But as soon as people hear the words immigration and companies, people start to get a little bit tetchy.
Well, what I would say, first of all, I always advertise here in the UK, you know, but I think criminalizing that is a bit too far, isn't it?
How do you think this is going to affect recruitment agencies around Northamptonshire?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure how it's going to affect, but at the end of the day, you know, if the government wants companies to advertise in the UK, we should advertise in the UK, but that's what's happening anyway.
What do you think needs to happen? What do you think people like the Prime Minister need to do to try and make this more streamlined, to make sure that it doesn't become stigmatised?
What I believe that the immigration must be managed. Yes, I agree with that. And I believe in balanced approach.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when we talk about the balanced approach, we should utilize the various kind of approaches to manage the immigration. Yeah, and I think criminalizing employers for advertising positions abroad is not one of those ways.
Some people have been criticising these announcements today, just saying it's politicians trying to score points. What would your opinion on that be?
Well, when we talk about politicians, they always want to score points, but at the end of the day, the David Cameron, he's got a strong mandate to reduce the immigration into this country, and yes, to manage the immigration. So I would agree with certain things he says, and I would disagree with some.
Paul, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
That's Paul Kuznecovs, who runs a recruitment agency here in Northamptonshire.